She wove legends from thread. He came to change everything. Their worlds collided in the remotest corner of Scotland. Subscribe to my channel and like to support the author. The air in the small studio was thick with the scent of raw wool and quiet concentration. The weaver, a woman with hands skilled from decades at the loom, was working on her largest commission yet. A tapestry of local legends for a new luxury hotel. It was a chance to secure her future in the remote Scottish village she called home. She didn't expect the hotel to send a consultant. Subscribe to my channel and like to support the author. He arrived in a suit that spoke of cities and boardrooms, his presence a stark contrast to the wool-strewn, earthy studio. Liam MacLeod, he introduced himself, his voice crisp. I'm here to ensure the project aligns with our brand's vision. Their first meeting was a clash of worlds. He pointed to digital mock-ups on his tablet, talking about market appeal and brand integration. She spoke of the wool's origin, the local dyes made from heather and peat, the stories woven into each thread. These colors are too muted, Liam stated, pointing to a section of the sky. Our guests expect vibrancy. Can you add more blues? Perhaps some synthetic thread for luminosity. The weaver's hand stilled on the loom. The sky here is soft. It holds mist, not neon. And I use only what the land provides. Days turned into a tense negotiation. He saw a product. She saw a soul. He left corporate brochures. She showed him how to card wool. He talked of deadlines. She explained how the wool needed to breathe between layers. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. A sudden autumn storm lashed the village, knocking out the power and trapping Liam in the studio. With no lights or screens, the only illumination came from the peat fire. In the flickering darkness, the weaver lit candles and continued to work by their gentle glow. Frustrated by his idleness, Liam watched her. In the quiet, without the hum of technology, he began to see the dance of her hands, the intense focus in her eyes. He saw not a factory worker, but an artist conducting a silent symphony with thread. "Show me," he heard himself say, his voice softer than intended. She hesitated, then guided his hands to the loom. His city-smooth fingers were clumsy against the sturdy threads. She taught him the basic rhythm, the throw of the shuttle, the beat of the comb. It was slow, frustrating work, but in that shared silent effort, the professional barrier between them dissolved. He learned that the dark wool came from the black-faced sheep on the northern hill, the gray from the old ewe she called Morag. He learned that the tapestry wasn't just a decoration. It was a map of the valley's history, a memory of its people. As the storm raged outside, a different kind of warmth grew inside the studio. When their hands touched while reaching for the same shuttle, neither pulled away. The look that passed between them was full of unspoken questions and a sudden, profound understanding. Subscribe to my channel and like to support the author. The storm passed, but the change it brought remained. Liam's visits to the studio were no longer about oversight, but about discovery. He helped her gather plants for dyes, his expensive shoes getting muddy without a second thought. She, in turn, listened to his stories of a life lived in glass towers, a life he was starting to question. Their collaboration deepened into a quiet, powerful intimacy. Evenings were spent by the fire, her head resting on his shoulder as he read aloud from books of local folklore. One night, he didn't return to his rented cottage. Their coming together was not frantic, but a slow, deliberate exploration, a weaving of two lives as intricate and strong as the fabric on her loom. The crisis came via a terse email. The hotel executives were unhappy with the project's slow pace. They were sending a team with modern equipment to expedite production, effectively pushing her out. Liam was furious. "This is wrong. They're missing the entire point." "The point is profit," the weaver replied, her heart sinking. "You taught me that." "No," he said, taking her hands. "You taught me there's more." He fought for her. Using his corporate savvy, he drafted a new proposal, framing the tapestry not as a decoration, but as the hotel's central story, an authentic handcrafted masterpiece. He presented it with a passion that stunned his superiors, describing the land, the history, the soul woven into every inch. He didn't defend a product, he championed a legacy. Moved by his conviction, the hotel agreed. On the day the final knot was tied, the completed tapestry glowed in the studio light. It was more beautiful than either could have imagined. Liam led the weaver outside to the hillside overlooking the village. The stars were emerging, mirroring the specks of silver thread she had woven into the night sky of the tapestry. He took her work-roughened hands in his. "You didn't just weave a tapestry," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "You wove a new life for me. You showed me that the richest patterns aren't found in spreadsheets, but here." He placed her hand over his heart. From his pocket, he didn't pull a ring. He presented a small, finished piece of cloth. It was his first clumsy attempt at weaving, a simple pattern of intersecting threads. In the center, he had skillfully embroidered a single, perfect star. "My life was a tangled mess before you," he whispered. "Will you help me weave the rest of it? With you." Subscribe to my channel and like to support the author. Her answer was a tearful, joyful kiss under the vast, starlit sky. A new beginning woven from patience, understanding, and the quiet, enduring strength of love. This is a story about how the simplest things, thread, wool, honesty, can forever change the most technical heart.